gotta stop scratching my screen, woman.
Get your ass to Mars.
Pot meat kettle.
Take two.
15, 14, 13.
I think. After all, I'm just
A man.
Well, I think it kind of speaks for itself. He just goes completely anti-science.
I'm money for naughty favors.
Where's that mushroom toy?
Because that mushroom head seems to get in the way.
I'm a good girl, I am.
She was what the kids would call a slut, which is a terrible thing to say, but apparently there's no denying she was one.
I want to apologize to all of you for what happened there. In our competition for ratings, we all lost sight of why we got into show business in the first place.
Yeah, titties and beer.
You're going to hear a lot about that and coming up. Hey, everybody, welcome to Nothing Yet Live. I am Blood J. Tyler.
I am your Miss Parker.
All right, and away we go.
I can't seem to get the live feed over here, but
Oh, well.
it looks like it's going out there, so that's what we care about, right?
It's backwards there.
Of course it is. Can you read backwards?
All right, you guys. Just when we thought we were done.
I know
With
what I told you, but now I'm telling you we're facing a new
here we
strain.
go.
It spreads like the flu.
Impossible.
Fine. Go to the hospital, check it out yourself. Go without a mask, you'll see more clearly. You got 19 dead, you got hundreds more infected, and it's spreading like a brush fire. You got to isolate the sick, and I mean really isolate them, Billy. We got to get everybody else back into the houses. We got to keep them there.
We're doing that, Sam.
No, we're not doing it because I just drove through 100 people.
And trying to get through Piccadilly Square is a pain in the ass as much as it is. Oh, Western Europe.
Well,
Just when you didn't have enough problems. Well, is Ukraine considered Eastern Europe?
you know, I always thought that part was considered Asia, but I could be wrong about Ukraine.
All right. I think the audience agrees with me, and just don't think too much, please.
I don't need to
I
think too
agree.
much when I'm with you
Yeah.
because
It's not hard to outsmart this idiot. Look,
yeah,
jokes aside, Ukraine. It's I mean, if we just say it's Western Europe, then isn't it Western Europe?
I don't somebody who's smarter than me is going to have to tell me why the terminology matters. To me, they're just in trouble and they need help. I don't care if they're part of Asia or if they're part of Europe.
So this coronavirus, this BA2 surge in infections in Western Europe, has experts and health authorities on alert for another wave of the pandemic in the United States.
Well, Ukraine is definitely not Western Europe. Western Europe is like Spain, Portugal,
right,
the UK, Ireland.
Yeah, but I mean,
all those places where Americans travel all the time and are going to bring it back. Hey, I never stopped wearing a mask.
Hey, Ukrainian people are white. Doesn't that make them Western? Figured that was the only. You think about
philosophy, and then there's literal Western Europe.
There was people out west a long time before Europe figured out how to exploit.
Yeah,
this
that's
place.
they were. It's not a socio-political story
they
here.
Were white. So, new 250,000 new cases in Germany out of 83 million, which I guess is low. I mean, that's the low number. That's almost 0.02 as opposed to 0.2.
Yeah, I just don't know what it's up from. I don't know what the level was, and
well, I would assume that this is down from anything that was before.
Well, before when you talk, I mean, January, it's certainly down from January. Yeah. Exactly. But it might be
down from the highest it was.
Right. It might be up from early March.
It's not quite rampaging through the western states of the EU. Is that what we call them?
We're just seeing it.
Disconcerting, right? So John Hopkins said in the Netherlands has 18 million people and it's getting 60,000 cases in the same day. So again, below that, way below that. That margin of where, you know.
I've looked at California today and we're still, our numbers are still dropping. It hasn't hit us yet.
Peak of Western civilization right here. As I say that. Peak of Western civilization.
So the question is, why is there suddenly a resurgence?
Right. Well,
So this is what this
we
Washington
discussed,
Post
yeah.
article gets into.
Right.
And I had some theories, and I think this mostly bears them out. Okay, so this is from the Washington Post. In all, about a dozen nations are seeing spikes in coronavirus infections caused by BA2, a cousin of the BA1 form of the virus that tore through the United States.
You know
over
what
the past
happens when
3 weeks.
cousins get together? You always get a
Somebody
mutation. You always
gets-
get a mutation.
I was going to say somebody gets a dick bitten off. That's a deep cut to a Florida man
This
story
is-
from a couple of days ago.
This ain't Florida. We're talking about China.
In the past 2 years, a widespread outbreak like the one now being seen in Europe has been followed by a similar surge in the United States some weeks later. Many, but not all experts interviewed for this story predicted that it is likely to happen. China and Hong Kong, on the other hand, are experiencing rapid and severe outbreaks, but the strict zero COVID policies they have enforced make them less similar to the United States and Western Europe.
So
So it almost sounds like they're saying zero COVID goal, more COVID, opening everything up, slightly more COVID. That's what this sounds like, but I could be reading it wrong.
if Cucker had his way, imagine how many deaths. Okay, so look,
What is Joe Biden going to do about this?
it's swinging back through like we said it would, and
Mhm.
we're not experts.
We're not experts, but
I'm no expert.
let's talk about what we do know. We do know
That not changing our behavior has affected the infection rate.
when the
around
masks come off, cases come back up.
here, right?
They maybe surge, maybe they don't, but they do come back up when the masks come off, and indoors people are starting to congregate in indoor spaces again without masks. And we also know that vaccines reach their highest efficacy at about 2 weeks after your shot. So if you got your booster back in December, like I did, the efficacy is dropping. Now,
The COVID corner's back, so why change your behavior?
Right.
Why? Like that's one of the things that Dr. Z and I have talked about, where it's just like, well, okay, I could now not wear a mask in many of the places, in many of the 3 places that I go.
Most of
Like
the places you go are outdoors.
The farmers market.
Yeah.
Right. Like I could see taking off my mask for the farmers market, I guess. But even then, I don't even go there if I don't have to, right? So, like when I go to buy my smokes, do I go to Rotten Robbie? Do I walk in there with a mask? Well, fuck yeah, I walk in there with a fucking mask. Are you crazy? How many filthy bastards have been in and out of a Rotten Robbie? Also, what's up, Robbie?
Hey, what's up, Ken? Ken Laser, my buddy.
Shout out to you. How many fuckers have been in and out of Robbie? Oh, so many Joes. Look, a number of
There's a
variables.
reason why they call him Rotten Robbie.
Just like she said, just like we said, the relaxed precautions against viral transmission. Done. I get that. You just say that, and I go, yep, okay. Like maybe just wear a mask a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Respect the 6 feet of distance. I mean, those things are still at CVS. They're still at the supermarkets. People seem to be in the habit of it, at least here where we live. I don't know about other parts of the country.
Look, remember I know a couple dudes in the service industry. They wear masks still to this day. You know why? Because the people that come into his store are filthy animals.
Yeah.
That's why. So if you see a guy wearing a mask in a store, you go in, he's not an anti anything. He's not crazy.
He's not brainwashed.
He just doesn't want to be around your disgusting.
He doesn't want to be around because he doesn't trust you.
So it's as always, it's how many people will become severely ill. But as long as people keep wearing masks, we can keep our healthcare system from becoming overwhelmed, like we have done time and again. She's right, but when
he says it a lot,
when it's obvious, even she gets it. Hashtag dick move. Hey everybody, welcome to Healthy Life. Look, Hope Craft CBDs, Jackson Time, Tamatine. They always wear their masks when they're handling your product.
And gloves.
And gloves.
because they're not filthy animals.
No, they're not. They're out in Crawford Ranch, Colorado, constantly working on improving the sustainability of their farms. They care about the environment. They care about climate change.
And most of all,
They care about you.
Hopecraft CBDs is more than 11 years in the making. They make massage oil, tinctures, and salves, and delicious candy that Jay eats every day. I don't always eat it because it can make me sleepy, but
It's
it
not
comes
made of
in
people.
yummy flavors like lemon, orange, peppermint, anus,
It's not made of people.
cinnamon. It's not made of people.
Well, these people's anuses anyway, as far as we know. I don't know.
And root beer. That's Jay's favorite.
That's right.
So get some of your own at hopext.com.
That's hopext.com. And our promo code STFUJ for
Up to 30% off in theory, and tell him to get with the lube.
yeah, and the dog treats.
Yeah.
Don't forget about that. So yeah, another surge is coming, and it's going to test our appetite for, like I said, Dr. Z. Don't change your behavior. If you're used to wearing a mask, just keep doing it. If it hurts somebody's, get the fuck out of here, man.
Why would it hurt somebody?
Well,
I guess they think, oh, you think
well,
I'm
we
a
got the-
filthy animal.
That there's my girl.
Yeah.
Anyone has sex with my sister, it's going to be me.
These are the people that we're dealing with.
Yeah, that's true. That's
That don't
true. Thank you
believe-
for reminding me of
Yeah,
that.
exactly. This is
That's
what we're
dark.
dealing with.
Yeah, it is.
It's Kentucky Fried people. So yeah, it's it's picking up steam in 12 countries: Finland, Greece, of course. Greece, dirty.
Oh, that was mean.
I know. I've got nothing against Greece. I have nothing against them. But there's an outbreak in San Diego, and I blame Greece.
At a briefing Monday, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said about 35,000 cases of BA2 have been reported in the United States to date. But she offered confidence that the tools we have, including mRNA vaccines, therapeutics, and tests, are all effective tools against the virus. And we know because it's been in the country.
Yeah. And it's that idea that, dude, we've already done this. We've been through this. The fact that someone as delicious as Jen Psaki has to say it over and over again is just music to my ears.
Yeah. Play that music if you can find it.
Oh, this music?
That ain't right. I mean, duh.
Yeah.
Is that music to your ears?
Yeah.
It's not the music I was hoping
I know.
for,
No,
but-
you were thinking jizz in my pants.
Yeah.
But this is what Jen Psaki's like. Duh. We already talked about this fucking months ago, years ago. 2 fucking years.
We talked about this when you fuckers were denying that it was even a problem.
2 goddamn years ago, dude. I figured it out. You figured it out. Jesus.
I didn't even hoard toilet paper.
No, I had one ring to rule them all. No, it's like, but yeah, Kristen Nordlund, who I imagine is 6.2 meters tall.
Yeah, she's one of my relatives.
I meant 2 meters tall. Damn it. I blew it. A spokeswoman for Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said in an email Tuesday that although the bastard number 2 variant has increased in the United States over the past several weeks.
It
lots
is
of people in
not the
Florida having
dominant
sex.
variant. Yeah.
And we are not seeing an increase in the severity of the disease. Well, that's good. Okay, look, it'll kill you the same, but the fact that we're wearing masks and have gotten vaccinated has definitely helped. And like Europe, come on. How are you going to be like anti-vax and be like Europe? Oh, you guys need to be vaccinated. We've seen what happens when you guys don't get vaccinated and diseases run through your fucking country. We've been watching that since you were in high
yeah,
school.
since I was in high school, definitely. Yeah.
Predicting the future.
Hey,
of course,
I got the plague. I survived the plague. That's what my genetics
Twice.
brings to the table. Survivors of the plague.
Plague survivors. Band name. Band name.
Band name Plague,
Plague
survivors.
survivors.
Be all my family members.
So yeah, look, we're doing good on that point. Like that's good. Hey, you guys, we're gonna come up with some 4-minute bits.
Yeah, well,
This is
something
just
that's
an
a little
idea,
more
yeah.
digestible than these longer bits
That
that
we
you
can
have
do.
to stick around and wait for the good bits to come. Speaking of good bits to come, Americans have finally found
Yes.
a reason
Yes.
to give up their guns.
Oh my God, you guys! I've been waiting for this for a second. How many times how many times have you asked yourself, God, I got these guns. What am I ever gonna do with them?
Some guns. Am I right?
But you know what Ukraine needs?
More guns. More guns. Raining guns. It's guns.
So finally, all these people who cling to their guns like their firstborn children are willing to ship their guns over to Ukraine. So good on you.
Talking about guns.
Some guns. Am I right?
That's what
haters?
Ukraine needs. Told you, and they're sending them drones.
Yeah, guns and drones.
That's been drones.
And that's not just the government. It's people.
This is what they want, man.
This is what citizens are doing.
This is what they want. They want guns. More guns. So send Ukraine guns.
Yeah, you can send your Glock that you aren't using. You can send it to Ukraine so that some mother can shoot her way out of her house with her kids.
So this was McCarthy.
Yeah.
Had said this,
yes.
right?
Yes,
Like,
McCarthy.
That's what we're going to do here.
Yeah.
Look at this. Here's McCarthy.
Oh, no, wait. We're going to do that later.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's the second one. But so back to Ukraine.
That's what they need guns.
Biden signed didn't he sign something saying that
We're going to talk about
you can turn in
Kevin McCarthy. Oh,
you can turn
no,
turn
that
in
was
Russian.
it. That's in a story. That's in this story. That's his district or the
They can
cops,
turn in oligarchs. They can cut them out.
right?
That's where this came from.
Yeah.
You can call up and say,
You
hello.
can be a full. Hey, look, if you're Karening a Russian oligarch, good
on you. Yeah. So Karen's out there.
Karen's out there. Feel free.
Feel free to indulge your Karenness, much the way the gun humpers are indulging sending their guns off to Ukraine. So here's your chance to shine.
Capitola, Santa Cruz Harbor,
Mhm.
Capitola Harbor.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, can we find some oligarch?
We can go.
Can we find some oligarch boat? Can we
Yeah,
just
let's
go
go.
boat? Can we
Let's
go
go
boat
oligarch
hunting?
hunting.
I'll go.
We'll take a break from cock hunting because
We'll
that's
go
just
oligarch
too easy
hunting.
anyway. Let's go oligarch hunting.
Makes sense to me. All right, so we're gonna come back in a minute. I'm interested in this 4-minute bits, right? Because we were gonna talk about Russia being canceled.
Right. The Karens are canceling it
Mhm.
because that's what the Republicans were saying, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, it was Putin. Putin said that the West is trying to cancel Russia because they're going to be phoning in the oligarchs. Did you want to talk about Meta at all?
I can get back to that. I mean, just other than that, I was right. Like, this is what they're doing. Meta is they're building a universe. So imagine having to go to work and hang out with the people that you work with.
And they're all avatars.
And they're all avatars.
And
one's a dragon. Groping on you. Just groping on you.
Yeah, and there is virtual groping
Groping,
happening. They're
apparently
testing the limits, and a woman has already filed a complaint.
Oh, Mr. Zuckerberg.
That
dude, they've
she
already
got groped virtually.
They've already gotten used to. They've gotten us used to this whole Skype, which is basically a, primitive. Now it's like what you're in a meeting. You're on your Oculus Rift.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And all your coworkers are surrounding you, but they might look a little better than they usually look.
I know, but maybe you need to take a break. That's a good point, Bob. I'm sorry, what did you say, Dolores? I didn't catch that.
I'm so immature. Every time you whip that out, I laugh my ass off.
So this metaverse, like, do Avatar, I feel like using something like a metaverse to go to a meeting, you better be be able to shoot your coworker, like just pick up a gun, just like shut them up. Like you guys could just straight up GTA. What do they call it? They call it an Unreal Engine. If you can live in an Unreal Engine where you could just like walk over and just punch your coworker, but you're not really punching them.
I know he doesn't feel
But you
it.
could punch them to death and they would shut up. They'd be muted. Then you just take over the meeting.
I wonder if you
That
could
would be
make it
great.
so that you could punch them and punch them and punch them, and only one other coworker will see
Their-
you doing that. And
Their
you guys
life
could have
bar
a
just goes down.
you could have a private joke with a coworker of like, "Oh yeah, remember how you kicked his ass during the meeting and he didn't even know it?" They both are watching it happen.
He's too busy taking a shit.
Yeah.
You gotta be right back. Bathroom break. Like, no, you don't get a bathroom break. If we can, so he's in the bathroom. You can still see his avatar. You can chase him in the bathroom and just beat him to death. And then he's just out of the meeting until his life meter refills. Hey, seems like a fun work environment to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You better know if you make a good one, a good avatar. I like the dragon avatar. But yeah, it's like going to a meeting.
I think I would just be a flower with arms and legs and be kind of creepy and stocky.
I just think going to a meeting, like with your Oculus Rift, is like a dream without any of the sex or flying or murdering people.
You know,
that
I don't
you
know
like
about
to
you,
do.
but in dreams for me, sex never actually happens. It's always like it's insinuated and then it's over. It's like my dreams want to be PG-13 most of the time.
You're doing it wrong. It's called lucidity.
I've done
Silence.
lucidity and it's like my subconscious says, nope,
Did you know I can fly in my dreams?
nope, not enough people are going to watch it if you start showing all that boob and full frontal.
Can you match that too? Like,
Yeah, I
just
can fly in
your
my dreams,
avatar.
too.
Your avatar. You're just like, what are we talking about today? Your avatar's just naked. Come on, Bill. No one believes it's that big.
It's all-
It's like, hey, you guys, speaking of weird shit we find on the beach here.
Oh, yes. We wanted to show you this yesterday.
25-minute segment.
Jay found this on the beach. I will rotate it so you can fully appreciate what it looks like.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Rotated so
I
I
mean,
can fully
look at
appreciate
this.
as the total stimulator, apparently.
So, yeah, there's
weird
this.
shit that you find on the beach.
Yeah, Jay's not going to be letting
I
this go
swear to
anytime
God,
soon.
I did not make it.
Somebody did, and it was very creative, and it's really solid state.
Well, dope segment.
Yeah,
25
long segment.
minutes.
Sorry about that.
Hey, so on the end of this segment, ask yourself: look, did the movie studios make a Black Panther movie so it would distract from people when they're looking up the Black Panthers historically through Google?
Well, the problem is if you look up, not the problem, but the thing is, if you look up the history of Black Panthers,
I know this.
you will find that they're actually really good people. It's
No, I
not the way they're spoken
I'm
of
just saying.
by modern day white people. They're not.
Disney,
So-
not racist or anti-Semitic at all, owns Marvel movies, made Black Panther. I looked up Black Panther. I was looking up actual Black Panther stuff. Couldn't hardly get past this.
It's just like when
Couldn't
you look
get
up
past
nothing.
this.
When you
By the
look,
way, thanks, Miss Parker, for making that.
yeah, of course. I'm the meme queen now. But if you look up Nothing Yet Live on YouTube, you type it in, you'll get Bachman Turner Overdrive. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah,
So,
that's right. You can't get
yeah.
past. Never gonna get old. Never gonna get past that. Hey, we'll be back in a minute. I am the J. Tyler.
I am your Miss Parker.
This
Is Nothing Yet Live.
Well, that was funny.
Yeah.